Coach, felt like a little bit of a tale of two halves. I don't know if you could exactly break it down by the 45-minute increments, but you know, Miami kind of felt on the front foot for a lot of the first half, but boy, that last 20, 25 minutes, especially of the second half, it just felt like you guys were all over them. The ball was in their end constantly. Is that kind of what you saw?
Yeah, I didn't recognize the first half team. That wasn't my team. Like, I mean that in the best possible way. Since I've been here, not sure what led to that. You probably saw, right? Lots of unforced errors, kicking the ball out, missed touches, missed passes, and it just kind of played into the hands of Miami, who obviously want to be a little bit more direct. They want to put the ball in your half. They've got some big bodies, some tall players out there, and so that's how teams can muddy the game up and make it a scrap, and we played right into their hands. And so we felt that tactically we're in a position where we had spare players, we had people that we can find to solve. Really I can't put my finger on it. I'm not sure the goal. A little bit at halftime, as you could probably imagine, and obviously changed the shape. Went to three in the back, went a little bit more aggressive, a few more attackers on the field in different areas, and I think that's when obviously we came alive in the second half. But at the end of the day, like, the players that were maybe mistouching the ball, misplaying the ball, they also got sharper and made better decisions. Like, you look at the performance of the central midfielders in the first half to the second half, it's the same players, okay, just making better decisions, more composure, quality, finding the spare players, and then that's what you need. You need quality, you need composure, you need to make sure you're finding space, and then you can hurt teams. If you're rushed, you're anxious, you're making bad decisions, then it's just going to play into the hands of the opponent. So much better in the second half. Really showed what we're capable of, and overall, obviously, we're showing a level of resilience. Even though, I feel like we gifted them a goal. Like, I think this, in spite of all of the pressure that they put on us, they weren't really creating much or creating any chances, and then we just gift something out of nothing because of indecision, poor communication, which goes to the back of the net. Very similar story in the last game. Like, we cannot, if we want to pick up points and progress, we can't gift teams goals. This conference is a difficult conference. No matter where you are in the standings, there's no easy game. And everyone says that, but it is true. Like, it is very true. And so, like, we're doing it to ourselves. Like, we shouldn't be coming from behind in games like this. Like, yes, there's going to be pressure, but we need to weather the storm, and we'll find our rhythm, we'll find our groove. And then I think once we go ahead, usually we're comfortable. It's the moments like this where, I wasn't sure at halftime where our goal was going to come from. I don't even know. Did we register a shot on target in the first half? Like, I'm not even sure, And so, but yeah, again, the focus on the positives. They turned it around, right? They turned it around, showed what they're capable of, pulled a goal back. Probably should be here right now with a 2-1 win based on other chances in the game, but that's a game of soccer.
Can you talk more about kind of that formation change going into second half? You put Mia in. It looks like you dropped Emu Terra back to along the back line. Can you kind of talk about what went into that decision, how it kind of worked out in you guys' favor in the second half?
Yeah, so I think, like, Emmy's obviously incredibly technical, incredibly smart, like one of our most intelligent and most technical players on the team. And so, sometimes in midfield when it's clogged and it's congested, she's not getting on the ball as much. So there we just felt she's both-footed. She can play out with both feet. And I think, like, the Miami had set a bit of a trap on Christy to try and have her make the game in the first half. And Christy's obviously still finding fitness, finding form, things like that. Still a new position for her. So I think that was part of it. And then it was, I felt one of our other issues, like, we were lacking a vertical threat. Like, even though we had 4 forwards in the first half, like, no one was making runs behind. So we tried to simplify that, and that's part of to do with the tactics and who we want running and moving where. But then second half we tried to simplify that. So we had a vertical threat that was then creating spaces between the lines, which you obviously saw. Good players now receiving it, being able to turn and drive at people, and then more aggressive with the players we have on the field. So, like, now you've gone from having 4 in the back with 4 forwards to 3 in the back with 5 people high, and very difficult for them to handle. So definitely made a difference. It's something we did prepare for ahead of the game. It was something we considered doing to start the game, but we found a bit of a rhythm in the shape we were in, and so, like, why change it? See if it worked. Clearly didn't. So that's why we made the change.
Okay.
Coach, Ella Kane, I know she's got a chance she's going to wish she had back, but she had the ball that was blocked with a hand for the PK, made a lot of things happen, and just coming off of injury,
just should have had 3 of those, right? So,
but just her if nothing else, her energy has to be like uplifting, contagious to everyone else to see her. I mean, what's it mean to have her back?
Yeah, she's a game changer. I think, Ella, just tenacity, speed, her ability to dribble. I think that's the thing. Like, a lot of times with players, you're either good at dribbling at pace or you're good at dribbling in tight spaces. And I think that's the best compliment I can give to Ella is she can dribble at pace and she can dribble in tight spaces. She can turn, she's quick, just makes her so dynamic and unpredictable that, yeah, it's an absolute nightmare for teams to play against because you don't know which way she's going to go. Hard to defend, and yeah, made a huge impact. And obviously she will probably wish she's walking away with the game-winning goal today, but did all of the hard work. Like, that's the thing, right? She did all of the difficult work there that not many people will be able to do, and then just needed to finish.
You just talked about Mina and Audrey a little bit in the midfield. It seemed like in the second half they got a lot of space on a lot of chances, and a lot of it came up. What have you assessed of, especially Mina and her performance throughout the year as she's progressed?
Yeah, I mean, she's just like, Mina's a top player. Like, she's, and that's why, like, the first half for her was, like, very strange. Like, I've never seen Mina's performances dip like that, and so not sure. Like, I think sometimes you think about what was happening the day before when you got a big football game at home, like they had tailgate with the parents, like things like that. It's like, I don't know. I think for Mina, I think the qualities that she showed, I think that's the thing that made me the happiest, was to turn around the performance that you had in the first half when it was chaotic, to then be able to settle down and ride the wave and bring back the quality. Really happy. And I think Audrey, same thing. Like, the two of them together made some really, really good decisions, allowed us to play our game and create the chances that we did. I think without their quality, then the second half's not going to be what it was.
I know 3 straight draws probably isn't what you want, especially in conference play, but I do believe now it's 12 games unbeaten. You haven't lost in 2 months since Illinois here. What does that mean to you to have that kind of just unbeaten streak, picking up wins and points, especially in the conference play?
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's like mixed emotions, right? It's like you want to focus on the positives in that, school record, undefeated streak, haven't lost in 12 games, 2 months. It's undefeated in conference play. But it's hard not to focus on the dropped points. I feel like we dropped points in the last couple of games, and we know that we're not going to win all of these games, right? Like, we know that, okay? Like, Toledo game, to me, that was a game where 1 point was deserved. Eastern, I felt like we did enough to win the game, came away with a tie. Today, second half, we did enough to win the game, and we're coming away with a tie. So if we focus on the positives, resilient, difficult to beat, I think as long as we learn our lessons from what's happening in the games and continue to progress forward and continue to improve, that resilience should bode well, along with our playing style of maintaining possession of the ball as we move into conference tournament time. I don't think people like playing against us. I think it's difficult to prepare for with our formations, our style of play. And relentlessness, and we've got a lot of players, and I think you guys have been hitting this every one of my interviews, that the players that are coming off the bench are making a big difference as well and doing really, really well for us, and so it just allows you to stay strong for a full 90 minutes.
Any other questions?
We're good.
All right, thank you, sir. So, Emmy, I'm sure not the first half you guys wanted, and obviously you fell behind, but second half seemed like a lot changed, and especially like the last 20-25 minutes, it just felt like you had them under pressure the whole time. What kind of created that change? What did you talk about at halftime? It looked like you had a little bit of a formation change coming out for the second half.
Yeah. Well, we knew we weren't going to lose this game because we were switching formations, which helped us, and they didn't know what we were doing. So that really created opportunities in the midfield to go forward and for the forwards. And we just were relentless in attack, and
Can you walk us through your penalty kick goal? Penalty kicks are very mental. You kind of just stepped up, pick your spot. Walk us through your thought process with that?
honestly, I don't really get nervous in those moments, and I knew I was going to go to that side, so I just buried it. And I practiced them yesterday. So.
Yeah. And also, obviously defensive midfielder is your primary position. You drop back, kind of played as a center back and a back three. Can you kind of talk about your willingness to do that, but also the difference in you playing as a 6 compared to playing next to Gabby or whoever along the back line?
I feel like it's different in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's kind of the same. I just, instead of facing backward, I'm facing forward, and I know options are on. And everybody's so good at communicating, like it makes it easy for me even if like oh my gosh, cut that. Even though I don't actually play there.
You know, it felt like things kind of really opened up for you guys offensively late. You know, what, obviously Emma is pretty relentless, and then Ella Kane being back. Just what does it mean? And not just those two, but, you know, the group up front just seems like they work so hard, and Ella especially just looks like she has so much energy after being out a few games. You know, what's it mean to, what they kind of, feels like they wear the other team down as the game goes on.
Yeah, they definitely do. With like Ella's speed, her skill, and all of the forwards, like I wouldn't want to go against them honestly. Their counter press is insane, and they're just want to score.
And you know, obviously, probably not the result you wanted today, but this is now a 12-match unbeaten streak, which is a school record. You haven't lost since mid-August. You know, what's that mean? I guess obviously maybe you're frustrated, but I mean also you're frustrated and you haven't lost in 2 months. You know, it's kind of mixed emotions for you.
Yeah, obviously you want to win, but a tie's better than a loss. There's that.
Any other questions? Good. All right, thank you.
Okay.